What is going on, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. Today we are back with another No Man's Sky video, and I just want to point out that this video is literally just what I prefer to do. You don't have to do any of this. I've just had a couple questions of what are the best things to duplicate, and the simple answer is it all depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to just get nanites, then obviously you're going to want to do something over something else. If you're trying to get units, that item's going to change. There are actual items that will come in handy with different things. So in my inventory, in my exosuit inventory, I have the majority of everything that I personally like to do, but a lot of it I also don't need anymore. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at those items. So if I pull up my exosuit inventory, everything that's in here that is not like actual technology is stuff that I like to do, minus this and minus this. Yeah, everything else. So your salvage data here, your drop pod data, or your drop coordinates data, your navigation data, and your cargo bulkheads. All of these items are pretty much the same. It goes on a as needed basis. So I learned everything I could with salvage data. I literally need 0 salvage data anymore. So there's no point in duplicating salvage data anymore. So once you're done with it, technically you could throw it out. But what I like to do is I will create one of these storage rooms like this inside of your freighter. And I will throw at least 1 stack in there, and I'll just leave it in there. Same goes for the drop pod coordinate data. You can obviously only have so many slots per suit, well, in one suit. And once you're maxed out on that, you don't have to worry about anything else. So same thing with this, though. I will save a few. As you can see, I still have 2 here. I believe this was the last bit that I had, and I filled up on spaces, so I just kept the 2. Same thing with your navigation data. This is a little bit more tricky. If you guys like buying those maps and stuff like that, then you are going to need to go ahead and duplicate more of them. But I normally don't use these, but I still keep a stack around just in case I am looking for a portal or something like that. I can go and buy one of the maps and it'll help me find the portal. This here is the cargo bulkhead. It's the it's for your freighter, so you can actually max out your freighter spots as well. So as you guys can see, I have done that. Well, these ones are the storage rooms. But as you guys can see on the general one here in the technology, I have maxed out the freighter. It is only an A class, but it's maxed out nonetheless. And everything that I leave extra is usually, I usually keep it in my freighter or just in one of the storage rooms on the freighter, like I said. So let's put all of that back. Oh, and actually we don't need to dupe that one either. So these here are kind of survival tools. So these you can dupe all the time, and I would at least keep a stack on you or something like that. I normally don't need them. I just don't do anything too dangerous to where I do. I know that the ion battery is a little more important because you can actually use it to refill the ship shield, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong about that. Oh, you know what? They actually have this one now. So there's that one. So if you guys want to restore your shield, you can do that. This one, I believe, is just for your person. Maybe it's a weaker one for the shield. I don't remember, honestly. I don't use them too much. But if you're getting into a lot of battles, you're getting into a lot of fights, or even on the expedition that is currently going on, if you guys carry this one and this one, these 2 mainly, not necessarily this one. I mean, you do have to, you know, use it for if you can't find carbon or oxygen or whatever, you can use this. But this is probably your biggest one. You want to keep that shield refilled as much as possible so you're not dying on this new expedition, since it is permadeath. So these 3 items here are actually really good to dupe as well. Same thing with the other one, though. I normally just keep a certain amount of stack on me. Like I said, with the starship, I don't get into too much starship battles. I don't mind them. They're actually pretty fun, but I usually have no problem killing things pretty fast, so the shield usually ends up recharging pretty quick after needing to, or after like being in a fight or anything like that. Like I'll kill one and then I'll just kind of try to avoid for a minute and not worry about that. This one here, your Starship launch fuel. This one I would say dupe a lot of. You don't necessarily have to keep a whole bunch on you. Keep maybe 2 stacks on you, and then just every now and then just remember to dupe some. If you run out, they're not hard to make, but you can still use this as a fallback to when you actually need to get off of a planet or something. These two are also as needed. I don't do many of the frigate expeditions, so I don't use it too much, but it wouldn't be bad to have. There's also, which I don't currently have one, I don't think. There's also the other warp cell, which is in here. Nope, not that. That's cryo. There it is. So you have your warp hypercore. If you guys have one of these made, I could probably make one right now, actually. Yeah, so I can make antimatter. And then we will come in here. We're going to go through here, and there it is. So this is the other item you guys want. So one of these basically equals 5 of these. So if you're going to do warp cells, you may as well just do the warp hypercores. It basically fills up your hyperdrive completely instead of just like a percentage of one warp cell. So if you guys are warping a lot, if you guys are trying to go through all the galaxies and stuff like that, definitely dupe a ton of these, especially if you're also warping back to back. And then, like I said, with this one, I don't do too many of the frigate expeditions, but if you guys are doing those, make sure you guys are duping a ton of these frigate fuels so that you guys can actually use a whole bunch of those and send your frigates out as much as possible. Now, these are your money makers. So if you want units and just units, this is what you're going for. So you have 1 stack of 5 will equal to 250 million. As you can see, my money is pretty much maxed out, so I don't really need them, but money is a thing that is constantly going back and forth to where if I see a ship I like, I'm going to spend money on it, and it may cost me, you know, a few million, which, I mean, it won't make that much of a dent seeing as how I have 4 billion, but if I'm constantly switching ships, I'm constantly looking for different freighters, or I'm just buying stuff because I don't have to worry about the money, eventually you are going to run low. So you want to keep at least 1 stack of these, and dupe it before you sell, obviously. That way you still keep that 1 stack and you can go from there. Now, my most important thing is this right here. Like I said, this is my personal preference. You guys do not have to do this, but let me explain what these are. A lot of people don't know about these repair kits. Sometimes they'll see like a little different icon here, so they're like, oh, it's trash, I'm just going to sell it. These repair kits actually work for repairing stuff on your person or your starship or anything. So when you basically don't have stuff to repair something, you can actually use these repair kits. And I actually left a couple things damaged to show you what it's capable of. So I have my Remembrance here, which needs a Heart of the Sun and Platinum, which I have both, but I have not put them in there. And then same thing here, we have the Starseed, which also needs Platinum, Tritium, and Gold. I have both of those as well, or all 3 of those as well. And I'm not going to use those. So let me show you how this works. So first of all, the main thing is the Heart of the Sun. That is not necessarily something hard to get, but it takes time to get. Your repair kit can literally replace that Heart of Sun, which is why it's so important. So let me show you where my 1 Heart of Sun is, so you guys can see that it will still be in here after we use this. As soon as I can find it, it's probably in the freighter. Okay, so here is my 1 Heart of the Sun, and I'll still go through the rest of my inventory as well, just so you guys can see that I don't have any extra ones. These are the storage things that I have on the freighter right now. So as you can see, I do keep some of the other stuff, but it's not really needed, especially when you have the repair kits and everything. I just do it just in case I come across something or I accidentally use all the repair kits, whatever. So no Heart of the Sun's in there, no Heart of the Sun's in there, and we are back to the first general tab up at the top. So if we come back over to the exosuit, we're going to click on Remembrance so that I can repair it. So when you highlight this, if you look down at the bottom, it says hit X to repair. If you hit X to repair, it puts that heart of sun in there. You can pin the details, which will just tell you that you need to make heart of the sun, or the very last one, you can apply repair kit times 1. So it's going to use 1 repair kit to put a heart of the sun in here. So if I hit square, it's repaired. It used a repair kit to put a heart of the sun in there. Same thing up here. If I hit square, it will put platinum in there. So let's hit square. Simple. My remembrance is now done. As you can see, it took 2 of these, 1 for each of the items. So it won't take, so as you guys seen, the other one with the platinum, I believe it's the same as this one. It needed 8. You only need 1 repair kit. So you don't need 8 repair kits to replace the 8 platinum. It's 1 item for each individual thing that's on here, but the quantity doesn't matter. So let's go back. As you, like I said, you guys can see that I went from 10 to 8 here. Let's go back and I will show you the heart of the sun is still here. So technically I never even needed this. I kept it from a previous one because I know that every time you go to the center of a galaxy, it damages your remembrance and everything else, and you have to repair all that. I don't think that's what mine's damaged from. I think mine is damaged from the last time I went through a black hole. A lot of this stuff was, but that's why I started doing the repair kits again. I did have to find one. If you guys want a repair kit, the best thing to do with a repair kit, or to get a repair kit, is probably use one of these. I don't think it is that one. I always get these two mixed up. I apologize. I believe it's this one, the emergency broadcast thing. Yes. So it does the freighter frequencies. So this is how you get to one of the freighters as you're boosting through. I can't even think. As you're boosting through space, I can't think of the word. Like if you're not necessarily like warping, but you're using your hyperdrive or whatever it's called. Not the pulse engine. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But I can't think of it for some reason, and none of this is helping me. It's not the hyperdrive, is it? No, that's to warp. Pulse engine. It is a pulse engine. Okay, so as you're pulsing through space, that's basically when you use the item, and it will pop up with one of the frigates or whatever. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone down in the comments, it's either this one, the emergency broadcast receiver. That one also might take you down to the planet. I honestly don't remember. It does say that this searches for an abandoned freighter, and then this one here says it's for space anomalies, but I still think that if you're up in space that the derelict freighter counts as a space anomaly. So it's one of the two. I honestly don't remember. You can also duplicate both of these if you guys like going on those freighters or finding weird stuff in space. Definitely dupe whatever you guys want. These are, once again, just my personal preferences. But yeah, this repair kit is the most important thing that you could ever have, next to needing the money or survival stuff or anything like that. So if I come in here, actually before I do that, as you guys seen, I had 8. So if I come in here, we're going to hit square on this one to use repair kit, square on this one, and square on this one. So that should have used 3, so we should be down to 5, and as you can see, we are down to 5. So I have everything repaired just off of 1 item. So if you guys do a ton of repair kits, which I have more, if anyone needs any, let me know, and I can definitely meet up with you guys and give them to you. As you can see, you can hold a stack of 40 on your freighter. I think these are my last 2 stacks here, so I will definitely do some more. And then the last thing that you want to probably duplicate, it's up to you, is tainted metal, just because it's the easiest way to get nanites, the easiest way that I've found, which was one of my last glitches. If you guys are on my channel, please go and check that out. It uses this portable refiner right here and a nutrient processor. If you hold square on this, you can see that I have it maxed out with tainted metal and maxed out with nanite clusters. Now, I do want to point something out. Someone said that you can actually take the tainted metal out. You can put nanite clusters in both of these slots when it duplicates. I'm not sure exactly how you would do that, because you can definitely take this out and these will stay in there. But when I duplicate it, do I just move it over here? Because I mean, isn't that just going to do like 1 and 1? I would think I would probably need a whole nother stack, but I don't know how you would get that other stack. So if someone knows what you what I'm talking about, like how you guys do that, please let me know. It's a bit confusing for me, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely put it down in the comment section if you guys know what I'm referring to and stuff as far as how to do this, because if I put this here, and we exit that, we're going to hit square on there. So there is the nanite clusters. You can't pull them out. Now if I go back in my building menu, and I keep hitting the wrong button, I apologize. Oh. And I do edit place parts, we're going to move it. So R2 there, exit out of there. So I should have nanites in here and nanites in here. Nope, and it didn't even work. So someone did tell me that you can just move it. I normally just delete it, which gives me the nanites. Maybe they were talking about moving the portable refiner, but if you guys go and watch that video, it does show you to a T how to do it. I usually leave these in here and I just go from there. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you guys need any of these items, definitely let me know. I usually have a backup in my storage things here. So hit me up on PSN, or if I'm not on PSN, just put it down, or if you're not on PSN, definitely put it down in the comment section and we will meet up. I'll give you guys a friend code and everything. It is one of the other videos. But yeah, if you guys need anything, let me know. Thanks for watching, and if you guys have any other suggested items as to what you guys like to duplicate personally, put it down in the comments section of what the item is, how you get it, and why you duplicate it, if you guys don't mind. Obviously you don't need to do that, but it would definitely help others think, oh, I never even thought of that. It might even help me think of something that I never thought of that I should probably be duplicating. But yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next video.